It is Friday. Finish strong Friday. I'm excited to finish strong. How about you? You good? What's going on in your world as you jump on? Say good morning. Tell me where you're coming in from. There's the announcement. The Amish Matchmakers going live. So everyone should be starting to see it. Jumping on. Thanks for joining me this morning. Thanks for being a part of this journey. My name is Carlos, known as Amish Matchmaker. We help Amish singles to find godly spouses, create epic marriages, and develop legacy that is rooted in faith, freedom, and above all, love. So I love you this morning. I bless you. This journey, man. I know it's not easy for you to get up every morning at 5 a.m. 4:30 is not early enough, but for me, I guess, a few minutes behind, like just moving slow as we finish strong for the end of the week. It's real. So here we are, though, and the love talk. What is love to you? We've been talking about love. Again, good morning, Nathan. Good morning. Way to get up. Way to go. Way to be on top of it, man. Way to be men that get up, men that go after it, men that know what they want and are doing their best to get it. It's available, so go out there and get it. Um, it's funny. People are like, I'm just not a morning person. Neither am I. I promise. I enjoy sleeping in, especially because I have been shaking this cold, sinus junk, phlegm, and here at the end of it, where I don't have as much phlegm, but I still have some drainage, keeps me coughing. And so it's funny how like you cough through most of the night, which wakes you up. You don't quite get to sleep and you cough. Took a little cough syrup and then still didn't kick in. Or I don't know what happened. I think it actually woke me up to have the cough syrup. So then, yeah, taking and finally getting to sleep this morning. I could feel it. And then all of a sudden the alarm goes off. That's when you really need the alarm, is when you are not at your peak performance, 100%. And then you finally go to sleep. You need something to wake you up then. Otherwise, I would sleep through for sure. So the discipline of sleep, or discipline, excuse me, of waking up in the morning really is the discipline of going to sleep at night. And just like you, I know stuff comes up. Or like last night, the cough kept waking me up. So good morning. Hi. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for saying hello. I can't remember which one Krista told me she was. Is that you, Krista? It's a men's edition, but welcome women who watch and stop by. I just love talking to the men in the morning, getting up early, but I know there are some women who are getting up early and doing their thing too. That's what we do. We go after it. No excuses. So daily, I bring some communication and confident about the three C's of intimacy, or love, and what is love. And we have a little talk together. And this week we have been talking about love and what that looks like, and to truly love God, love self, love others, and defining that in the sense of what kind of actions we can take, what kind of eye contact, genuinely touching, saying the words, I love you, and how everyone has kind of different understanding of what love is. But the greatest of all is love. So we got to figure this out, right? That's what the word says. The greatest law, the greatest calling, the greatest thing you can do is to love. So then what does that mean to love? you get to work on it and you get to see and understand what it means. I have a version, what I believe is best, what we have seen works really well for us and has worked well for many others, and helping you to have deeper, more meaningful relationships, helping you to love and be loved more is what we're after. So if you're single, we're going to help you to find love and then keep it. And if you're dating, you've got love now and you're keeping it this far. What about marriage? What about getting engaged and having an epic marriage? It's possible. And I know that those who are held back and not getting married, because we definitely believe in getting married, and we help people to get married. And we believe it is the best, highest calling of your life, that to start your life, and even in the middle of your life, if you're in the middle of your life or older even, it's a powerful thing to have marriage and to experience that one flesh connection, to experience that love and affection is then a good place to be able to do much, much more through this process of life. To love and be loved. Woo, so awesome, so good. So, have you been saying I love you more? I've actually had some people message me and communicating with me, and they're saying, I love you. It's awesome. And it does. It gives me joy, gives me peace. It blesses me to hear people say it and to know that they are being vessels of love and being loved. They're loving others by loving me, and they will be loved. And I always respond back with I love you, and I'm always grateful for that. So we've been talking about love and actually saying it, and then the gratitude. What is gratitude and love are two powerful things that we can do. And then to edify, speak life over someone is another very powerful thing you can do to honor someone and bless them and help encourage them today in their life. And why would we do that? Well, because you reap what you sow. So if you're willing to sow some love today, and you're willing to speak life over others, chances are it's going to come back to you. Chances are you're going to have someone speak life over you and love you well today, or at least respond if you do enough of it. That's what's funny. Sometimes people are like, well, I sent one message of love, one message of honor, and nobody replied. It's like, well, one's good. If you did one every day for 365 days, I guess you would do it 3 times or 365 times. However, I told you in the beginning of this week, 9 times. You want 9, 10x results? You got to do 9 or 10 I love yous. And again, why would we do that? Well, because love is a gift. Love is a blessing. Love is more than just a feeling. Love is spiritual. That's interesting. Understanding love and understanding peace and understanding joy and the fruits of the spirits. And God is love. It's like literal. That's who he is. So when we're giving it away and speaking it over others, we're like speaking God over others. Thank you. I love you too. Blessings. Not sure who you are. Hopefully, I hope it doesn't matter if I know you, but thank you for saying I love you. That's powerful. See, there you go. Appreciate that love and appreciate you joining us. So, saying the word I love you, having gratitude, it's another huge thing of importance to speak over each other. To be grateful is to acknowledge someone's gift to you, acknowledge someone blessing you, acknowledging a way that you are being influenced, impacted, and acknowledging those things is really important. And it's a gift to be loved, but it's also a gift to have and be grateful. We call it even deeper in our Shapers content. We call it an attitude of gratitude. It's more than just gratitude, it's an attitude of gratitude. And how important it is to not just be grateful, but actually to walk in gratitude. And in all things that we see and seek and look at and observe, that we're looking at through a lens of gratitude, through a lens of love, through a lens of consideration. And that is a powerful way to look at things. Because when you have a consideration, when you're having consideration, you're considering others and what they might be going through. It helps you walk in and helps you to feel even empathy, to put yourself in their shoes, to put yourself in their place, and to try to understand what they might be going through. And so being considerate, being grateful, and showing love are powerful things to do. And I'm glad you joined us today. Good morning. This is Love Talk with Carlos Campos, the Amish Matchmakers. Combined, Chantel and I are known as the Amish Matchmakers. We've been doing this quite a while. Got one of the most amazing, sweetest messages from Brandy Del Rio yesterday. My gosh, just blessed my heart, brought me to tears. And just a reminder, she was just super grateful. Speaking of gratitude, again, someone that we loved on and blessed in a very hard time in her life. And we're willing to go out of our way to love her and bless her and help her to see a better version of herself, a version that is worthy of being a wife and a mother, and just loved on her and blessed her. And it was super awesome. Like out of the blue yesterday, she just messaged about gratitude and messaged even that she's looking forward to coming on the 22nd of this month. And we're excited for her to come on the 22nd. We've been inviting them for a while. She has 4 boys, and they're a handful in a good way. There's so much ball of energy. I tell you, I love them. They're awesome kids, awesome boys, amazing, like excitement, energy, ball of joy and love, and just full of enthusiasm, full of exploration and adventure. And they love well too. Super passionate. So super excited to be with those boys. And one of the things that she reminded us of yesterday was it was 11 years ago, this time of year, 11 years ago. So, like I said, we've been doing this a while. That 11 years ago, yesterday, or around this time of year, we went and just connected and blessed Brandy and helped her through some things and helped her, like I said, to see. And she tells the story herself, how she was in a dark place, and we were willing to get her and help her to see the light, to see love, and to walk in who she truly was, and not believe the lies of her mind, and to be able to help her to speak life and begin to speak words of love, words of honor, words of edification. And she tells the story herself plenty of times on our behalf, even in honoring us. But she was just acknowledging and honoring us again yesterday and saying, thank you that you did that. And that to me is one of the greatest blessings and the greatest honors for us. But I also want to tell you, it's a great blessing for you to think back and remember where you used to be. Why? Because it creates gratitude. It creates love. It creates honor of those who pulled you out of the muck and mire, who pulled you out of the trenches and said, hey, I'm not going to let you stay here. I am not going to let you continue to walk in this darkness, continue to walk in this gloom and doom and believe that you are a pile of shit. You're not. And that's usually what happens is people have this belief and negative understanding, negative belief and negative view of themselves. So when we can step into a new place and a new story, that's powerful. And Brandy, 11 years ago, was one of the first ones that we walked through what we now call triggers to triumph, helping her to create a new story and understand that the reason why she felt and things she was going through in her mind, she was going through in her life and situations, had to do with the fact that the story she was telling herself and how she viewed herself. Now she's a powerful mother, powerful woman of God, and a powerful daughter, powerful friend, powerful leader and speaker and trainer. She does some amazing, like she has the ability to just get people to rise up amidst the darkest things. And so bullying, being a part of being able to help her see a different version of herself was really about helping her to see the blessings, the gifts that she's had. But again, is she going back to 11 years ago and like remembering that and being like miserable and sad? No, happy, grateful. Do you see what I mean? Grateful to where her life is, grateful to the mother she is, and 4 boys later that she has birthed: Elijah, Ezekiel, Xander being the oldest, and then David being the youngest, and the 2 twins, Ezekiel and Elijah, being sandwiched in the middle of those 2 boys. So 4 very handsome, very energetic, very loving boys. And she's done a great job with those boys and pouring into them and understanding she's developing a legacy. She's developing a generation of leaders, 4 of them, that she is impacting by every day, how she helps them to know who they are as warriors, as kings, as men of strength and valor. And she does an incredible job of that through what she speaks over them, works with them on, reads to them. Um, they maybe they fall down, and instead of being like, "Oh my gosh, you're I'm so sorry, are you okay? Are you okay? Poor thing." Oh, and calling them, she'll be like, they fall down. She's like, "You are a warrior. Look at you. Good job. How you can be strong. You can get back up." And I witnessed something too when I was there with them over Christmas and New Year's. That was really cool. I love how Brandy does these things. And it's awesome because Chantel being a part of her life, Brandy's life, and even speaking into her and help her to see even that you're a warrior. Like, because again, that's not normal to see a situation like that. Maybe a place with a very young child like that, a toddler that falls down, typically wants cuddling and coddling. Again, I'm not saying that's wrong to do that. However, to help them to know that they can handle it and they can get back up and keep going, that's a powerful principle. And I witnessed something too that reminded me of Chantel and how Chantel speaks into so many of the people she works with and helps them with their children. Chantel having over now, oh, she's 25 years plus of working with children and working with people in their trauma, being a trauma expert of helping people through their trauma into a triumphant life, triggers to triumph, and helping them to see past the negative story into a story of um, greatness, a story of helping them to believe in the hero story instead of the victim story. It's super amazing. So working with abused and neglected kids 11 years prior to us even meeting, Chantel and I, and helping thousands of children to see a better version of themselves, super powerful. But the thing is as she would work with them, she would help them to see the through the lens of life and through the lens of being able to handle hard situations. That's one of our phrases for our company now is you can do hard things. And you can do hard things. You can do it. And when you do hard things, you actually feel more confident, feel courageous when you're able and willing to do hard things, and just doing them makes you realize, okay, I can do it. You can do it. So I witnessed something though. Brandy, little David, their youngest little toddler, was playing on the stairs and kind of walking down the stairs and holding on to the railing above the stairs and stuff. And then he got to a part where it was like he stepped off, and it was like he was holding the hold of the railing and like hanging, and his feet were kind of dangling over the next step, right? Because he was walking downward and holding on, and he's just like ah, and like screaming, and Brandy runs up there, and instead of just rescuing him and saving him from falling, right? And then just being like, "Oh, are you okay?" No, she says, "Okay, you can go back up, put your feet," and she kind of pushed his feet towards the step so that he can learn to save himself in that situation. He can learn and understand that he's not actually in danger, that he can reach the step above with his feet, and he's not hanging and gonna fall. And Brandy was very wise in that. I saw it reminded me of Chantel, because Chantel has helped and shown so many mothers and fathers how to love their children well, and how to encourage them to be strong, be warriors, and to coddle them and love them in a good way, in a beneficial way, but also at a time like that, to not necessarily rescue them, because what happens when you're not there? They have to be able to think for themselves and be problem solvers and come up with a solution. That is a mindset, by the way. And maybe you were coddled and babied your whole life. And no one ever told you how to love and how to go after what you want and how to be a pursuer, be confident and courageous as a man. But I'll tell you what, these four boys will. They'll know how to solve problems. They'll know how to do things, because Brandy Del Rio, their mom, and Radley Del Rio, their daddy, they don't they love them well, they honor them, they bless them, they give them love, plenty of love and affection. However, they also teach them to be able to solve problems. They teach them to be able to figure things out, so they're not dependent on mom and dad, that they actually can think for themselves and come up with solutions, even at such a young age. And David, I think, is maybe two. I think, yeah, something like that. He's little guy David. Big smile. Wakes up with a smile on his face. All right. I want you to know that you're worthy of being pulled from the muck and mire. That's what I wanted to look up. Bible verse. No, there's one. I can't remember where it's found. Um, Set my feet on rock, solid rock, and to be pulled out of the muck and mire. Psalms 42. He lifted me out of the slimy pit, out of the mud and mire, and set my feet on the rock. See, I remembered it, and gave me a firm place to stand. Psalms 42, 40, verse 2. And then Psalm 69:14 says, rescue me from the mire. Do not let me sink. Deliver me from those who hate me, from the deep waters. And Jeremiah 38:6-13 talks all about Jeremiah literally sunk into a mud in a cistern, and God sent deliverance. A lived out picture of what happened in Psalms 40, verse 2. Muck and mire, which muck and mire symbolizes hope, hopelessness, entrapment, shape, despair, or are circumstances you cannot free yourself from. The emphasis is not on self rescue, it's actually on God initiating the lift and setting your feet on something solid. But what's interesting, if you think about that, is to be able to trust and seek God for answers and solutions on a practical level and understanding. When you ask, Father, seek, and knock, He gives answers. Unfortunately, a lot of people believe, like, oh, I'm stuck in muck and mire, I'm going to pray to God and ask, and then all of a sudden I'm just going to rise up out of it. Can you do that? Yes, but that's more of a understanding of what God does. You can rise up out of it because He'll probably show you that there's a branch right next to you and grab a hold of and pull yourself out, or He shows you that there's a rock and a boulder that you can grab onto and be able to tuck and pull and get out of the muck and mire. Because when we're stuck in the rut, when we're stuck in the muck and mire, sometimes that's all we can see. We cannot see that there is help, or that there was Johnny, my friend, who was there and we didn't realize it. He's reaching down, but I'm so flustered looking at my situation and circumstance, I can't even look up. and see a solution. Pause for a minute. Cheers. Drink them if you got them. That was a song. Set my feet upon the rock. Now I know I love you. I want you. I need you. Though I'll never let you go. My Savior. I will worship you until the very end. My Jesus, my Savior. Though my will may fall, I'll never let you go. Set my feet upon the rock, and now I know. Anyways, that's an old song. I can't even remember the exact lyrics, but it is just taking you out of that miry clay, that mud and mire. Set my feet upon a firm foundation, a rock that I can stand on. In a practical sense, I love practicality. It's real that you can have a firm foundation. And what does that look like? Well, I will tell you, the truth is that a firm foundation is something that you can rely on, something that will build you and give you confidence. That is exactly what happens with our Epic 30. That is exactly what happens with repetition over and over and over and over and over and over. It builds your courage and your confidence when you do something over and over and over. And that's something being very purposeful for connection, affection, love, honor, blessing, gratitude, and then edification. So I want to get into that next is edification. What does that look like to speak life over somebody? Well, we often teach and help people to see a very strategic way of speaking life over someone is our GWs, telling them what you're grateful for. But sometimes we cannot come up with things to say that we're grateful for. So here's what I want to tell you. I want you to write this down. Okay, you got a pen and paper? Hopefully you do. Take a break, drink a cup of some coffee. That's so good. Nice and warm. And it's Strong Friday, baby. Come on. We're waking up. We're getting excited. I'm hacking up phlegm a lot less. I'm excited for rest tomorrow. It is our day of rest, Shabbat. Kudos to companies and businesses that work 5 days a week and then take rest, day of sleep and rest, cease from what you normally do, Sabbath, Saturday. And then on Sunday, gather and fellowship, go to church and hang out, do family activities. It's powerful, powerful cycle. So, Epic 30, let's talk about that and the process of doing gratitudes and worthies. Well, when you're doing gratitudes, what is it that you do it about? Because some of you try to come up with ways, and I want you to write this down. I asked you if you had a pen and paper. Excuse me. So, what do I base my gratitudes on? What can I be creative about when it has to do with being grateful over someone and speaking gratitude over someone? Well, here's some ideas. What is their strengths? Do you know what their strengths are? So, do you remember? And if you don't remember, I've got a video you can watch. Um, it's called Form Family, Occupation, Recreation, Marriage. Family, Occupation, Recreation, Marriage. And you should be teaching your children to form, by the way. And that is asking questions that will help them to get to know someone genuinely. My daughter, Hazel, at age 4, we did a video. And at age 4, she started forming people very proactively at age 4, asking questions, learning more about people. And I'll never forget her doing that. We get into the car. I was at a barber shop and I took her with me, and she was sitting in the lobby and I could see her talking to some older guy, like a grandfather type. And when I walk out, he stands up and he says, "Is this your daughter?" And shook his hand. I said, "Yes, sir, it is." And he says, "I just want to let you know she is a very intelligent little girl. And I am very grateful I got to meet her today." And so when we get in the car, I was like, "Well, thank you, sir. I agree with you." And we get in the car and I said, "Okay, so were you asking that man questions?" "Yes, Daddy." "All right. How many children does he have?" And she literally told me how many children he had. She told me what their names were, what kind of work he had done, family, occupation, recreation, what he did for fun, and just blessed him. And the message was clear just by her questions that she cared about people and wanted to get to know him and was interested in his life by asking questions. And so why I say that is when you're forming someone, you're listening for and learning about them, but not to forget or just to have that information. No, it's very purposeful. You're going to learn about their strengths, interests, goals, and needs. Okay, sign strengths, interests, goals, and needs. And this applies to anybody you know, your best friend, your wife, your brother, your friend, your me, Chantel. If you get to know us, maybe it's your uncle, your aunt, your brother, your sister, your mom, your dad, siblings, cousins, whatever, or coworkers, even getting to know them and learning more about them. You form them to learn about their sign, strengths, interests, goals, and needs. It's a very powerful thing to learn that way of communication so that another time and opportunity is so that later on, as you have conversation, get to know them, and you want to speak gratitude and worthies over them, you want to honor them and lift them up and bless them in who they are, you say what you're grateful for about them, and you can utilize strengths and interests. Because you learn about some of their strengths and who they are, you can say, "I'm grateful for the fact that you are such a great father or great mother. I'm grateful that you work really hard and you enjoy the work that you do. I'm grateful that you're an amazing carpenter. I'm grateful that you enjoy being an electrician and that you do well at electrical, putting things together. I'm grateful how handy you are with your hands and how well you work with your hands. I'm grateful for the way that you love me and the way that you are very affectionate and kind, right? Again, as you get to know them, as you question them, ask them questions, you can learn about their strengths and even their interests. Like, what are they interested in? What they're interested in, maybe model airplaning or driving fast cars, or even like maybe it's mud sled trucks, right? That pull sleds and having powerful big diesel engines and big tractor pulls. Can you say, "Hey, I'm grateful that you have or that you enjoy tractor pulls," right? Or, "I'm grateful that you enjoy studying the word." Maybe what is their hobbies or things they enjoy doing for fun. Maybe you can speak that over them. Or now the other side of this, so you got gratitudes. The other part of this is also to edify, to speak life over someone, to let them know what they are worthy of, to let them know that they are worthy. You are worthy of your goals and dreams. You're worthy of the things that you enjoy, that you can do them more. So it's like you're worthy of traveling and camping and having fun. You're worthy of love and being loved. You're worthy of having a vacation. You're worthy of going to Maui. You're worthy of going to Bora Bora. You're worthy of going to Hawaii. What is it that you're worthy of? What do you want, though? So finding out somebody's goals now and their needs is gives you the ability to speak what we call worthies over them and edify them, lift them up, and help them to believe and know that they are valuable. Know that they are loved and valued. To speak over them is to listen and learn about them and then speak those things back over them is very powerful. Creates bond, creates connection, helps them to know they are special and important. It creates a place and space of love and affection. When they receive it, it makes them want to give it to others and helps them to feel that and then to be able to be blessed by that, but then also pay it forward, bless others with those words. Some people call it words of affirmation. Some people call it um, words of kindness, words of honor and blessing. We call them gratitudes and worthies, an actual process, a part of our process. But I want to encourage you that it's also good to be creative about understanding their strengths, understanding their interests, understanding and learning about their goals, learning about their needs, their dreams, their desires, where they want to go, what they want to do, maybe even learning about them, what they gave up in their childhood, things that they wanted to do as a child, but they've had so much fear that they shrunk back. And how can you get them to not shrink back, but to be confident with power, to be confident with love, and to be confident with self discipline, a sound mind, is help them to see what they cannot see. And you can do that by speaking it over them and by encouraging them to know that they do have value, helping them to see what they have accomplished, helping them to see what they have done, and knowing they are powerful beyond measure. This is what will cause people to step up into greatness and continue to step up and improve their lives, but not just a little, stay the course, improving their life, continuing to get better and get better and get better. And guess what? If you truly want to get creative, there is no limitations to the way that you can do this process and speaking over others. But the reality is it's the repetition that chips away at your hard, stubborn self that doesn't believe it. And you say, well, I can't receive it. I don't quite believe that yet. And it just feels fake. And I don't understand why people can do that. And that doesn't seem real. Well, it is. And you're worthy of having it done and spoken over you. Powerful person you are. What are your gifts? What are your strengths? What are your, talents that you have? Learning about each other's gifts and talents and interests and things, and then speaking that over them, that you're grateful for those things about them. Grateful for how they look, and maybe they're working on their health, or they have some vision of themselves where they want to get as a person. I shared this with a couple last night that I was mentoring. Oh, little break for this commercial break. I always love how people with this comments. You're Amish. You're funny. I get it. You're Amish. Why are you on YouTube? That's a sin. What do they mean by that? Well, first of all, Amish is not just a religion, it's also a culture. It also has a language. And there's different layers and levels of Amish. And by the way, I'm not Amish at all. I'm known as the Amish Matchmaker because I help Amish people who are single to get married. I match them up. We have a proprietary system and process strategy to match people up successfully. We work with English and American and Hispanic and blacks and whites and browns and every color too. It's just what has happened is we've gotten a reputation, and about 80% of our clientele, 80-20 rule, right? 80% of them are previously, and as far as previously religiously Amish or conservative Amish. So they are Amish still by culture, Amish still, oh, excuse me, by language. However, that's their heritage and their culture. But as far as religion, they are no longer conservative Amish. You're right. Or they couldn't be on technology, couldn't be on YouTube or TikTok watching my videos and reels and watching our content and learning from us. You're right. They would get in trouble. The bishop would put them in the bond, or that he would shemdi, which is bring shame on them and cause them to feel like they are sinning. It's amazing as I'm trying to help them and teach them and help you and teach you about love, about gratitude, about the fruits of the Spirit. It's awesome. It's really good stuff. I love talking about this stuff because it's so vital, so important for humanity. Well, look at you. Some of you are still around. Thanks for being here. Thanks for still being a part of this. Got a few more minutes here. See if we take advantage of all of them. Let's pause for a commercial break, shall we? No, I do have a little commercial. We have two groups that we're communities that we endorse. One is our own. One is Jesse and Arena Kaufman's um, group, and they are people we matched up and helped come together and mentored and have continued to mentor and support them. And they have a community called Single to Married. It's on the school platform, SKOOL.com. Single, the number 2, married. And we want to tell you, if you're single, go there. There's amazing people there that are working on themselves, going through a lot of this stuff that I'm telling you about, learning how to communicate, learning how to become more confident, communication and commitment, the 3 C's of love and intimacy. They are learning, growing, and becoming really good at it. Confidence, communication, commitment, confidence, communication, commitment. And they are forming each other, asking these questions, learning about the sign, and then speaking them over each other through Epic 30, gratitudes and worthies, and also then speaking the word that they received from the Father, doing the Epic 30 process together, doing a process we call sparring, where they communicate well and learn more about each other. We tell people, we give you practical tools to go take action on. And when you do it, you get freaking results. And Chantel and I help them get there faster by mentoring them. But anybody that we're mentoring that's single, like the Amish singles we talk about, we've helped over 30 people, over 30 couples to come together in the last 5 years. Officiated a wedding. We've got a wedding we're officiating at the end of February. Woo woo! Shout out to Andrew and Laura. Congratulations. You guys are doing incredible. Libby, Montana, here we come. End of February for a beautiful wedding there. And we will be officiating that wedding. Chantel and I together. We do it as one flesh, not one person, not her, not me, but together as one flesh. We're yoking up and we do that. And it's super powerful as an example. So, anyways, squirrel. But the facts are, we're doing that wedding, and that's another result of matching up. And what I want to tell you is they met through that school group, and you can too, especially if you're a male. There is, you're outnumbered by females. There's some very powerful, very incredible, great communicators, great people becoming confident, more confident in that community, and the women outnumber the men. Imagine that. So, yes, it costs money to be in that group, and yes, it's worth it. You're learning practical skills, you're gaining wisdom and a strategy that's going to help you to have epic marriage. It's going to help you to get engaged. It's going to help match you up with the best match for you, the one that God has chosen. It's possible to find it, and you can find it in that community. Go check it out. Seriously, they have a free 7-day trial. And then maybe you might want to graduate and go to Epic Your Life once you're engaged, or you can go ahead of time and come into that group. However, it's not for the faint of heart, because we're working on legacy stuff. We're working on stuff, and we're speaking to couples and helping you to raise your children, helping you to create financial portfolios, and again, helping you to design your legacy and your epic marriage together. Marriage mastery is our target and goal. And then moving on to legacy leadership. You've got what it takes, but you need to get engaged first. It's good, but you can be an Epic Your Life. But we do see it as a progression. First, get engaged. Second, come to Epic Your Life and start working with us, and we'll help you to get there even further along in your life. To do what? People are like, what is your community all about? Let me say it real slow. Epic Your Life. That's what we do there. We help you to have an epic life. So, anyways, or just hang out here on the YouTube channel here, or Facebook page where we're streaming live right now. But like, comment, and also subscribe to our channel, please. We are targeting 1,000 subscribers on our YouTube channel. That's quite a number. I don't know we'll ever get to. It seems like that, the Amish really got busy and started the Amish hotline. We would be there overnight. I've seen it. I've watched it. They are amazing when they tell others, their friends about us, and tell others to do something. It goes viral. It really does. I've seen it many times with the Amish. Um, they're a little bit nervous about acknowledging us crazy English people, Chantel and I, mainly me, because I'm loud and boisterous and out there, a little radical. But secretly, I know that they love me because I represent freedom to them, and that's what I want to represent. I represent faith to them. I represent love to them. I hope that's what I'm targeting. And so, subscribe to our channel because we've learned that a lot of people don't subscribe to our channel. I'm telling you, it makes a difference. That algorithm boosts out there, and more people see it, and then the message gets out there. And YouTube channel here is free. We let you just watch and be a part of it. And hopefully you're gaining some wisdom. And hopefully you're not just listening, but you're applying it. But over on our school platform, yeah, we have community Q&A interactions. We have group mentorships. We have also the ability to sign up for some of our packages, our advanced packages, our epic packages, and get to where you want to go faster. As a couple, get to where you want to go faster. As a single, we'll match you up, matchmaker packages, marriage mastery packages. So, anyways, but one of the things that is one of our best ways to get to know us is what we call an epic intensive. And we just bumped our epic intensive to the end of January. We realized it'd be better to do it then. It's supposed to be next week. We had a couple of things come up, us acquiring a business and also some scheduling things. So the 29th, I believe it is. Yeah, 29th, Thursday, the 29th, it starts and it ends on Sunday, the 1st of February. So come out, join us, try it out. You'll be shocked. I think you really will be. Your life will never be the same. Coming out to it is what it says. It really is. It's intense and it's epic, an epic intensive. So I'd love to see you come out to one of those and join us for that. And then you can decide if you want to work with us or not. But come try the event. They're awesome. They're worth it. And they're super valuable. But hit me up. We can do a call, talk about how you can come out to our epic intensive. It's all inclusive in the sense of we provide your lodging, we provide your food, and we provide all the activities and training, the experts do a lot of cool stuff. Yeah, really cool stuff. Gun range to family defense to lots of cool stuff. This epic intensive, we have a theme, and that is engaged in 12 weeks or less. That's what we're going to be focused on for singles and marriage mastery in 12 weeks or less for people who are married or engaged. Want to see you succeed. All right. So that's my little commercial. I know it's a long one, but hey, check it out and press subscribe on our YouTube channel. And if you're already subscribed to our YouTube channel, can you introduce it to one person today? Can you tell one person about this um, Love Talk with the Amish Matchmaker? And that we have a men's edition. And then at about 7:10, 7:15, we will be jumping on with Chantel. I apologize about yesterday. The mic was not turned on. Makes a big difference. And so today we'll make sure the microphone is turned on and we'll have that conversation, Chantel and I, about matchmaking, about love talk, and get her feedback and her side of it, a female's perspective. Super powerful. So now back to what we were talking about, which is the speaking life and edification over each other. What does that look like? We talked about gratitudes, talked about now worthies. Where do I get worthies from? Um, Grateful for their strengths and interests, right? Learning more about someone, forming them, gaining their sign, writing it down, even strengths, interests, goals, and needs. But then their goals and needs, this is where worthies come in. And I'll finish with this as we've got 5 minutes. Thanks for hanging with me. Is you speak life over someone by knowing them, genuinely learning about them, asking questions to find out their goals, their needs, their dreams, their aspirations, where they want to go, and then say you are worthy of those goals and dreams. Well, very powerful thing that I did with a couple last night, coming back to that, was I told this couple, because we have a process where we call MVP, where you discover what your mission is. And it's part of our matchmaking process, our marriage mastery process, our proprietary strategy and system to help you have epic, okay, relationship skills, is learning what your missions are, deciding what they are, what you're going after in life, what you're going to do to make the world a better place, and then who else has similar missions, because it makes it very powerful as you line up missions. Well, second in the MVP, mission, vision, peculiar, the vision portion of the second part of it is to be able to describe who I am, not right now, my future self, my future best self, and make a list. So, like Carlos, you are 30 pounds lighter. Or is it 30 or 20? I guess it's 20 pounds, 25 pounds, because I'm about 255 right now and I want to get down to 230. So it's like 20. Carlos, you are 230 pounds. Like I put 230 pounds, even though I'm not there yet. And I would say that I'm stronger, healthier, and fit, more fit, healthy, and strong. I may put that I have my cyber truck, right? Because I want a cyber truck. I may put that I built two more homes on our property, because that's our target for 2026. Out of 10 homes, we built two more. And then it's like, um, you are a grandfather, a loving grandfather that spends quality time with Kalea. Do you see what I mean? And that a great leader, have a thriving Epic Your Life community. And so what we try to touch on is your health, describing things about your health, describing things about your financial goals and business goals and things that you've accomplished. Like, what would that look like if it's me, Carlos, having these results in my life, these goals, these needs were met, these things were done. Maybe it's even talking about your relationships. It's another good category, right? To talk about your best self and envisioning yourself that I am um, healthy and vibrant and young and getting stronger and getting healthier every day. I'm more fit than ever, right? Do you see what I mean? You like make this list, and I know it's going to be difficult for you to see and understand the good things about yourself, but I want you to do that. And this is if you're married or dating, I want you to do this. If you have a girlfriend or a fiance or a wife, I want you to do this. I want you to list out all the things about yourselves. And then I want you to exchange papers, in the sense of you then give it to your spouse and she gives you hers. And then you go through it and you list out more, because they're going to see more than you can see. They're going to love and understand you better and want to speak something better over you. Now, why would you make this huge list of things? And I do want you to make it big. How you see yourself and how you see your future self, better self, and then have your spouse, your wife, or if women are watching this, good, I understand. Then have your husband. Switch papers and then have your husband speak about you. Write down more things about you. Give a big paper or notepad and just list them out, list them out, list them out. And then get them back. Get it back about yourself. And I want you to declare it over yourself and read it over yourself. But I want you to incorporate those things into your GWs. Now, you don't have to say every single one of them every single day, but now you've got a list of things that you can say, what you're grateful for about yourself, maybe something that's starting to walk and work in your life, right? And to see it and acknowledge it before it happens is okay. I'm grateful that I am becoming more fit and healthy, that I'm becoming 230 pounds, right? Because you got to see it and acknowledge it. And before you will receive it and achieve it, you must believe it. Well, how do I believe it? Seriously, you got to speak it. You got to declare it, declare it, acknowledge it, repetition, repetition, to get past your thick skull, get past your current story, get past your limiting beliefs, to get to a better story, a hero instead of a victim. So I want you to speak it every day over yourself. Dating, right? I'm worthy of dating. I'm worthy of finding a husband, because those can then add to your worthies. And if you have that listed out, and maybe if you're a single mom, Miss Sheila, welcome. Then what I'd acknowledge you and encourage you to do is to exchange with maybe your children, and you add some things to their list. They add some things to your list of great things, how they describe you and see you, and can edify you on paper, writing it out. And then you can utilize that for each other's GWs when you do gratitudes and worthies, when you're doing Epic 30. Some advanced stuff. And maybe it's some of your goals and dreams and things that you don't even have yet or haven't even done. But I was sharing last night that we spoke, we are worthy of having this ranch, having some land, having animals, having a homestead for 2 years before it really happened, before it's settled in. And it was me. Chantel believed it and saw it way before I did, and was willing to walk in it, was willing to sell everything and go way before I did. I've, again, had to deal with some limiting beliefs. I had to deal with some judgment that I had on moving out of California. Just saying, it's real. So you have what it takes. God bless you. Good morning, Lamar. Morning, Sheila. So glad you guys are here. And that's it. We're going to bring it to a close now. But you can love well. Finish strong this week. If you're just tuning in, watch the recording. Go back, watch the recording. It's on our live on YouTube. It's on our Facebook page too. That's where I stream both of these. Because again, I want you to finish strong and I want you to love well. And so we have some examples on loving well and edifying, not just speaking I love you, but also ways that you can encourage and edify others through our process, Epic 30, and be able to change someone's life. But it takes time, repetition to chip away at the rough edges, chip away at the unbelief, and help them to believe, help them receive, and then you will achieve. It's real. That's the process. Believe, receive, achieve. Believe, receive, achieve. Believe, receive, achieve. Believe, receive, achieve. Okay? You have what it takes. So go out there, do the Epic 30 process, release, receive, give. That's the process to get into a good flow. And then believe, receive, achieve. And I promise you, those things will not let you down. Go do it. Be blessed. I love you. Have an awesome weekend. I won't see you again till Monday. You got what it takes. Go out there, finish strong today. When everyone else is quitting early, you finish strong. You go all the way to the finish line. And then I also want you to rest. Please cease from what you normally do and rest. At sundown tonight, we will rest, celebrate a little bit with some friends, have a nice dinner, have some prayers, probably toast, do some wine, some bourbon, have a nice drink, and have a nice dinner together and acknowledge the blessings we've had from this week and say some prayers of gratitude, say some prayers of honor and speaking over each other. And then guess what? We're going to rest, cease from what we normally do. Have a great sleep in tomorrow and a great naps tomorrow, and just sitting on the front porch, enjoying our pups, enjoying, our ranch, our paradise. And you're worthy of that as well. I love you. Bless you. Let me know if you rested. Put in the comments, rest. I'm going to rest tomorrow. Would love to see that and love to hear that you are amazing. Thank you, Sheila. Believe, receive, achieve. Yes. Go do it. Finish strong. God bless you. Have a great day. Oh, we'll see you in about an hour. Love Talk with Chantel. She's joining me on the road while we head to our office in Madison, Georgia. God bless you. We'll see you soon. Yeah, I'm going dancing and resting. You do it, girl. That is ceasing from what you normally do. That is so good because you don't normally go dancing. It's a great day. Yes, it is. Thank you so much. I think that's Krista. I know that phrase. It's a great day. Love you. Bye. Thanks, guys. Thanks, gals and guys. Love you all. Bless you. Have a great day.